Hello Internetians, my name is Josh, aka Ultra Player, and we are back. I did say in the last video that I uploaded, which was a long time ago, that a lot of things are happening that make me not want to record. I do have this new work schedule. There are times when I just don't want to record. But, yeah, broken glasses. Look how amazing these glasses are, guys. Woo! Need new glasses soon. But there are a lot of things that have been making me want to record. But, I don't know why. A few minutes ago, I was just like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to record. There are videos that might not continue to happen. Like, I will record some videos when I feel like it. But for the most part, I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of recording. I will be recording league matches for the MLP. There have been absences of 2 weeks, but two people left the league and we didn't find replacements, though being Mystic of the Washington Weaviles and Staples of the Lake City Lucarios, as well as our opponent for last week, Zach, who we've had on the channel, had a really busy week and he just threw a forfeit for our battle versus him and the Cleveland Gravelers. So there's that. So this week there will not be an MLP video, but next week we will be returning with our battle against the Utah Star Raptors, I believe, and Coach Shiny Hunter. But I do have more videos planned. The PML, I have mentioned the PML before, is starting up again. PML Season 3 is on its way to ending. Right now, playoffs are finishing up and everything. And we are actually in the semifinals. It's us, Coach by the name of Trot Problem, and the Rhode Island Reshiram. Zach, actually, is in the semifinals too, as well as Callus Ray. Jake, we beat Jake Sherwin and the Kansas City Carnivines in the first round of the playoffs. Shay got eliminated. Remember his name, Sneaky Spear Team, I think, got eliminated, and as did E-Rob and the Portland Porygons. So that's where we're standing right now. I am trying to finish that up. I face Rhode Island Reshiram, and then I move on to finals if I beat them. So there's that. But what this video is going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about the PML Season 4. Now, PML Season 4 was, the draft has happened. We have gotten our Mons, and it was a very GBA-based league. Like, it's almost directly based off the GBA league. We did do some alterations to the tier list. So there's that. We have 12 coaches. Kind of some from the MLP, some from the PML, a lot of familiar faces. I believe the 12 are, if I remember, there's me. There is Jake Sherwin and the Kansas City Carnivines. Shay is back and the San Jose Sharpedos. Zach and the Wichita Weaviles. Chappy Chap and the Chicago Chicaritas. E-Rob and the Portland Porygons. The Miami Heat Rans and the Rhode Island Reshirams. The Mistralton City Marcacti. Callus and Skylar are back. Might be it. Let's see here. PML 4. And Chelsea, there's him, and oh, that's right, it's not the Skylar's the Milwaukee Masquerades, and that looks like it. Alright, so that's where we're at. So, PML Season 4 was the first season in which we started the franchising rule, and that becomes very important. What this video is I'm going to be trying to upload my PML videos and try and have some content going, just because League is the main thing that I do right now, is League format. I guess with the PML Season 3 still wrapping up, I guess I'm in the middle of 5 leagues right now. The MLP, PML 3 and 4, the PBA, I joined that league when someone dropped out. I believe they were 4-4 when I joined in, and their team is godly. Tangrowth, Mawile, Tornadus, Therian, Megablast, which is my new favorite mon in the league format. Too bad not me. You don't get the chance to use it. And yeah, we're going on a tear in that, going 7-5 so far. So that'll be interesting. And then the CBL, I don't upload videos for that one just because of another thing. Sometimes we battle on DS. We are currently 5-1 that league, and our only loss is to a man named Jacob, who is one of the best battlers I've ever seen in my life. So there's that. But PML Season 4 is what we're talking about. Franchising is a thing in this season, and during Season 3, there's a lot of mons that I really, really like. If we did awards, I'm pretty sure Braviary would win 6th Pokemon of the Year. But our team actually looked a lot like A-Drive's MPA team, which I realized a few months into the draft and then had to stop and remember how and make sure I didn't continue copying. But we had Mega Sableye, Entei, Scolipede, Braviary, Starmie, Amoonguss Bronzong, Exploud, Haxorus, Granbull, and the god that is Stunfisk. Don't ever underestimate Stunfisk. I ran offensive and got some kills. I ran Stealth Rock lead and got my rocks up and they stayed. I ran defensive and walled a T-Tar. Stunfisk is a god, guys. But like I said, franchising is a thing. And there was one mon in particular that I fell in love with. This mon I originally drafted for Hazards, and it ended up going on a tear. Scolipede. Oh my god. I got multiple sweeps with him. I didn't really use him all that often. Like, PML 3 stats. A little document. I bring him to 7 out of 11 games. Something like that. I did bring him pretty often, but he didn't really touch the field all that often. He went 16-1, and that was basically three different sweeps and then an occasional kill here or there. It's just a beast, and I loved it. And there were so many mons I was saying about franchising. I wanted to franchise Bronzong because it put in so much work. I bring it to every game. 7 out of 10 games. I only bring 10 games. I only ended up doing 10 out of 12 games. 2 forfeits. I ended up only bringing it up to 10 games, and it did all the work. I loved it. I ran so many different sets with it, and I can't wait to use it in the future. I thought about drafting Exploud or Braviary, just because, like I said, Braviary only came to 5 games, and it's still my second place MVP with 7-2. It did so much work. But when it comes to franchising, I did want to franchise one thing, and that is Scolipede. So, for our first pick, before the draft even started, we did franchise Bridgestone. Scolipede offers so much. We do have the baton pass clause in place, so all I could pass is a sub and maybe speed. But Scolipede offers so much more. Offensively, it can destroy so many things, barring certain steel types. I know it's completely shut down by stuff like Mega Scizor and Skarmory and Registeel, kind of, etc. But it still puts in a lot of work. You can run Life Orb, Protect, and 3 attacks. You can run SD, which I ran multiple times. You can run Spike's Lead. You can run Endeavor. Baton Pass, like I said, you can still Baton Pass Speed, which I did do. You can run so many sets. And there was one set I was so ready to use. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but there was a man named Noah Weinberg, and he was the coach of the Cherry Hill Cherubies. He won PML Season 1 and 2, and was looking to win Season 3. And I was ready to face him in the playoff. I was like, I'm going to face him in the playoff. I'm going to destroy him in his Mega Absol. And there was one set I really wanted to run, but I ended up not getting to it because he went to college and dropped out of the league. But I was really ready to run Choice Scarfed Swarm Scolipede. I really thought that would have caught him off guard. But anyway, Scolipede gets all kinds of cover moves. He gets, off top of my head, I know it gets Aqua Tail, like I can see, Superpower, Earthquake, Stone Edge or Rock Slide, Mega Horn, Poison Jab, I can see Gyro Ball. It gets Agility, which is never needed. It does get Pursuit. I did run that, but never got to use it once. Sword Stance, Toxic Spikes, Regular Spikes. And then there was some other stuff. I ran something down here, didn't I? We can run Iron Defense, Payback. Pin Missile. Where is Pin Missile? I ran Pin Missile against Stacks. And, I almost used it on the first turn, but I didn't want to just because I didn't want to risk the roll. Anyway, Scolipede just does so much work. It provides a great speed tier. It provides speed, it provides offense, it provides support with hazards and everything. So, I couldn't let this thing go escape me once again. I just love it. So, when I actually tried to plan out some of my draft, and what I wanted to plan out was I wanted a very good not Firewater Grass. I decided not to go with really a Firewater Grass score. That's not what I wanted to go with. I wanted to start with a Fairy Dragon Steel Core, and the Fairy Dragon Steel Core I got 2 out of 3. Getting that third one was going to be a challenge. I was mad when I got sniped by Chappie. But I still got 2 of them, and that's awesome. So the first one I want to go after my dragon. And I've used numerous dragons throughout time. I've used Latias before, and again, I'm using Mega Latias now. I've used Druddigon. I'm using Flygon in one league. I've used Salamence. I've used many, many dragons. I've used Vibrava, for God's sake. But there was one that I have not used, and that I'm really excited to use because of all the stuff that I've done. I have used this before in the past in a league that I subbed in for, and it put in a lot of work, and it actually led me to the championship and won me the championship. And that, my friends, is Latios. Good old Soulless coming back. Latios is a very strong Mon with access to multiple setup moves, coverage moves, support moves, whatever you need. It is basically everything you could ever want in a Mon right here. Like I said, Mega Latias is possibly what I believe to be the best Mon in the format. I know Mew is out there, but Mega Latias can do everything you want. And that's why I love it. But Latios is a very good Mon. Life Orb Dragos hurt like hell. It gets Size Shock to bypass stuff like Blissey, like Chansey. It gets Roost. It gets Defog for support. It gets, does this get Thunder Wave? You get Thunder Wave? You get Thunder Wave. You get Memento, I know. You get access to Dragon Dance. You get access to Calm Mind. You get access to all kinds of coverage moves, including Energy Ball, including Thunderbolt. Surf, or EQ. You can go Dragon Pulse if you want. Ice Beam, you get Home Claws. Okay. Magico, dual screens. Roar. I'm learning too. Tailwind, I'm just trying to think of all kinds of stuff that I can run. Heal Block will be cool. Natural Gift, Psych Up, Power Split, Psycho Shift, all kinds of cool stuff. But this provides me a good dragon that it gives me a water resist, which I've had troubles with in the past with bulky waters. It gives me an electric resist, which in the MLP I'm struggling with is just electric types. Body Slam, no thank you. And it gives me another versatile Mon along with Scolipede. I know Scolipede, you think it can't be versatile, but I will make anything versatile. Gives me a ground immunity, which is really nice. The yawning has not stopped. And it just gives me a very good Mon overall. I love Latios so much. It gives me access to hazard removal, which I've had problems with in the past, which you'll see. I do not have that problem today. But Latios, very nice, very good dragon, very fast. Gives me very good offense. So next, I was kind of caught. Do I want to draft my Fairy, which was going to be Sylveon, or do I want to get my Steel? And Sylveon got, I passed on Sylveon and said I'll get it in the next round if I can, which I didn't, unfortunately. And there was no other really fairies that were still left that I really wanted. Because I could have gotten Mega Gardevoir or something, but I really wanted a lower tier Mega so I could make up for the points for franchising Scolipede. All in all, I almost went with Azu, but that would have taken away a lot of my points. But there's a lot of fairies I decided I was tossing around, and I ended up not taking it. I ended up abandoning the Fairy Dragon Steel Core. But before Sylveon got sent for me, I did manage to pick up the Steel. And one of the main reasons I got this was for hazards. I got this for a reliable wall. I got this for recovery. A Steel type with recovery is so good. And I got this because it is what I believe to be the all-around 100% counter to Scolipede. Every set Scolipede can run, except for like Specs HP Fire, falls to Skarmory. Dynolade. Shoutouts to Kirby. Wait, I can spell. Guys, I can spell. Hold on. Right. Skarmory. Very good Mon. Very good, bulky Steel type with Roost for recovery. Gives me another Defogger. Gives me access to Spikes. Another form of Spike. It gives me access to my Steel type, like I said, and it gives me access to stuff like to stop a lot of physical Mons. It gives me a good, reliable wall. And Skarmory can do so much more than just sit there and set up hazards and defog and roost and Brave Bird and Iron Head and Spikes and Stealth Rock and Whirlwind. It can agility. We've seen this in Heat of Vegeta. Agility Brave Bird is not a laughing matter. What is it? Home Claws? You don't get Home Claws. You get Swords Dance. You get Swords Dance. Weak Armor. Brave Bird is a thing that I can and will run. Do not underestimate me. I will run that. You can run Counter. You can run Autotomize. You can run Iron Head. I know. Night Slash. Protect. All kinds of stuff. Tailwind. Taunt. Curse. I'm just trying to. Again, this is something I'm trying to go through. I've run these two before, and that in the EML. Did very nicely. But Skarmory also gives me the ability. You've seen me in the past not run what you'd normally see in League, which is just run balanced teams. I've run offense before, and Skarmory gives me a second Mon that can be a great hazard setting offense lead. It gives me the ability to also have a little bit of a special bulky Mon. 65-70 isn't the best, but it does help you take on stuff like if your opponent has a Mega Diancie, which I'm pretty sure somebody drafted. I'm not really sure who. It lets you check a lot of fighting types, it lets you check Steel types, etc., etc. And there's a lot Skarmory can do. And while I do have problems with Skarmory, 100%. Fire is such a common offensive type, as is Electric. Volt Turn becomes such a big problem between these two. But when you have access to reliable recovery as a Steel type, there are very few Mons that can say that. Like I'm still trying to think of Mons that can say that. DS recovery Steel type. Does this work? Arceus, Jirachi, Scizor, Skarmory. Those are the only Steel types you can get with reliable recovery. Wish, Roost, etc. So being able to snag this thing, even though it gives me a weakness to Volt Turn, I will take that because Skarmory is that good. So, like I said, Fairy type got sniped by Sylveon. Would love to have Sylveon because it provides a great Wish Passer, etc., etc. When it came back to my turn, I was trying to think of what I wanted. And I was like, alright, I guess we're going to go for that Fire, Water, Grass Core. I started changing plans. Like, part of me was like, okay, what can I do? I can go Mega Audino, get that Fairy type, get a good Wish Passer, and still be okay. Except it got taken from me. Callus was going to take it, and then change for Jolteon. I said, screw it, I'm going to let him have it anyway. I don't care. I need something else. I need a Pokemon. Another Pokemon. I wanted this team to carry with it a lot of... I want this team to be one of the most well-built teams. Almost every past team that I've drafted has had some kind of problems, whether it's speed, whether it's lack of hazard control, setting them up or getting rid of them, whether it's common weaknesses, whether it's bulk issues, whether it's this, whether it's that. I've always had some kind of problem, and I really wanted to address every problem that I've had with past teams, and I want to make sure that this draft addressed it. So I wanted to get more bulk. I wanted to get more bulk while I could, because I have a problem with grabbing a bunch of offense, and then I'm left with very little to help support it. Reasons why in the MLP that I started doing poorly before I switched out for Alomomola and Uxie. So I wanted reliable recovery. I wanted Pokemon that could keep healthy, and I'm pretty sure now this puts this Mon as the top Mon that I've drafted. I've drafted it and used it more than any other Mon, but it's reliable. It does very well, and I love it because it can check almost anything. I have used it to wall a Mega Metagross, and very few Mons can say that and do that as well as Tangrowth. Spaghetti. Tangrowth, very reliable, and something that one of the best things is I can catch people off guard with it. Just like I can run offensive Skarmory, I can run offensive Tangrowth with Life Orb. I can run offensive Assault Vest. I can run Chlorophyll Sunny Day. I can run all kind of stuff. And Tangrowth, even though the most common sets you see are physically defensive with Leftovers or Rocky Helmet, or especially defensive with Assault Vest, even though those two are very common, and I supply something I'm going to be running pretty often, it doesn't mean it's not good. Whatever. It still does those two things very well. It gets for the physically defensive set. It gets stuff like Leech Seed. It gets stuff like Sleep Powder, Synthesis, etc. to help keep healthy and be very supportive. For the specially defensive set with Assault Vest, it gets so many coverage moves. You get Hidden Power, Ice and Fire. You get Giga Drain. You get Leaf Storm, Power Whip for stabs. You get Earthquake. You get Rock Slide, Poison Jab, and Sludge Wave. You get Ancient Power. I can see Break, Focus Blast, Knock Off. That's it. Aerial Ace, Bulldoze, which you don't need because you have EQ. Natural Gift, you get Infestation, etc., etc. It's very hard to have a Mon that you can't hit super effectively with Tangrowth with the Assault Vest set, and which makes it so good. In one league I have it in, the CBL, it is my top Mon in kills. I have a Manaphy, a Lucario, and a Mega Altaria as my first 3 picks in that league, and Tangrowth has more kills than any of them at 8-4 after 4 games played. So, Tangrowth does very well. That Regenerator helps it stay healthy, so you can constantly switch in and out. And its stats are very impressive. While it is on the slow side for a defensive Mon, I do have stuff like Latios, which can be bulky and fast. I do have Skarmory, which just has an okay speed. And this thing just has so much bulk, it's okay. Like, it's fine. It can check so many things. It's very hard to take down Tangrowth. And that's what I wanted. That's what I love about it. And it gives me a very good bulky grass type. So, coming back to my pick, I was number 10 out of 12, by the way. So I had to wait a little bit, and then I got close to a wheel pick. I was looking at some of the other teams and what I thought was going to be really effective. And I was trying to think, now I got to get an offensive Mon, because I can't sit here and draft a bunch of both. I need a Stealth Rock setter. I need something very hard hitting, and that I'm comfortable with. Because again, I want stuff that I'm comfortable with, I know how to use, and I can effectively take on everyone with. Like I said, I'm trying to build the best team. And in the NPTL Season 1, I had got very familiar with a lot of offensive threats. What the hell? Okay, my mother is in there screaming for some reason. There were very offensive threats that I got comfortable with. There was Hydreigon, there was Thunderous Incarnate, there was Mega Scizor. But none really stacked up to how good and just how good this mon is. Like, all I need to say is how good it is, because there are so very few mons that can switch in and reliably stop Mammothline. I just had to face this thing in League format, and it's hard. Luckily, I had one of the few mons on the planet that could resist both stabs. What resists both stabs? Bronzong. The one I used was Rotom Frost, so Rotom Wash and Rotom Heat, etc. Certain Rotom forms. And Surskit. Yeah. Draft that Surskit, guys. Go trade for that Surskit so you can wall this here Mammothline. This acts as another great lead mon, so if I'm running offense, I have all kinds of decisions for leads. It gets priority to make up for that average 80 speed. It has a titanic 130 base attack stat with 2 amazing stab offensive types. Earthquake, Icicle Crash. That's it. That's really all you need for the majority of the metagame. Ice Shard for priority. Knockoff hits is a good coverage move, as is Rock Slide. Freeze Dry helps you hit water types, and there's all your offense. Sometimes people run Superpower, but like, there you go. You also get Stealth Rock. You also get Endeavor. You get a lot of resistances. Mammothline does resist ice, which is good. I've had major ice weaknesses in the past. It's neutral to fire with Thick Fat. It's a ground type, so I can stop Volt switches. Like I said, I'm kind of weak to Volt Turn. It gets nothing. It gets Icicle Spear. It gets Iron Head for fairies. Icicle Spear for stuff like Substitute. It gets. You can run Sub Toxic. You can just run Sub and just start hitting stuff. You can run Kurt. Wait, you get Curse. Oh my God, we are bringing that Curse Trick Room. Hello. You get Natural Gift. You get so many different things that can just barrel through teams by the dozen. You can run Choice Scarf, you can run Choice Band, you can run Focus Sash, you can run my favorite, which is Life Orb. You can run all kinds of stuff with this, because no matter what, you're going to be dealing damage. You can bring this thing every week and pound through someone's team, which is really good. I don't know what else to say about this thing. It's just so good in this format. So, coming back on my next pick, let me see where I'm at. So, Scolipede was franchise. I came down to get Latios, up to get Skarmory, down, up. So, I'm back on my way down. And this mon is still, this next mon was still available somehow. And I'm like, if I don't get it now, I'm not going to get it. And this gives me what else? Another thing I really wanted, which was a Wish Passer. Even though I have Tangrowth, which has Regenerator, even though I have Skarmory, which has Roost, and Latios, which has Roost, and I plan to get other Pokemon, I wanted a Wish Passer. Because Wish Passing is so good in this format. I've used Vaporeon before, and it's so much work. Vaporeon Mega Venusaur was the core to beat. And when I say Wish Pass, I don't mean just a mon that can click Wish, and then you switch out to something. I mean a Wish Baton Pass mon. Like I said, Vaporeon was impossible. Vaporeon and Mega Venusaur were impossible to kill, and almost won me the whole league if, you know, Encore Mega Lopunny didn't happen. Damn it, Noah. But, like I said, I want Wish Baton Pass, which one I would have gotten with Sylveon, but I have to settle for Sylveon's darker little brother. Umbreon. Has caused me so much trouble in the past, being so hard to break through. Watch out, Shay. Curse Umbreon is coming back. Umbreon gives me a Cleric. It gives me a healer to help keep things healthy. It gives me a very good bulky Dark type. I wanted a Dark type on this team. some things were going here and there. When I wanted a ground type, I was kind of thinking Crocodile. I was kind of thinking for a while Drapion. But I ultimately went with Umbreon just because it's so bulky. And you don't even need... It has no offense, but you don't really need the offense because you have stuff like Foul Play and Toxic to help wear down your opponent's team. You have Baton Pass, which helps you keep your team healthy. You have access to all kinds of sets. Like, it gets Moonlight, it gets Wish Pass, it gets Taunt. It can be a very good stall breaker with stuff like Taunt and Wish Protect. It can trap stuff with Mean Look, really. It can Psych Up and copy Calm Mind. It helps check a lot of offensive Psychic types that run around, such as Alakazam, Mega Alakazam. It gets inside Mew, for the most part. It does very good at walling, which is what I wanted for. I wanted another wall. I want more, like, I really wanted bulk on this team. I wanted to be able to not have to rely on the same Uxie, Alomomola core, the same Mega Venusaur Vaporeon core, the same this core, the same that core, run the same stuff every week. I want to be able to have multiple Mons that check something. I don't want one Mon to just barrel through my team, even though you'll see in the Week 1 team builder that, yeah. I want to be able to just handle everything, and that's why I wanted Umbreon. It gives me a nice core with Scarring Raid, that one physical, one special. I have this, which can run physical or special, and you'll see I have more Mons later down the road that will be able to run more bulk. But don't worry, I have offense, guys. I have versatility in offense. So those are my first 6 picks. And at this point, I'm thinking, what do I want as my Mega? I also want more hazard removal. I only have 2 defoggers, which I know is sometimes what most people get. But I wanted a Rapid Spinner. I'm running Hazard Stack on this team. I have many Hazard Stackers, and I don't want to sit there and have to get rid of them all. So I want a Rapid Spinner. I haven't picked my Mega yet. And at this point, I was still kind of looking at something like Mega Camerupt or Mega Abomasnow or something like that, something in the lower tier, to really give me extra points so I can start maybe pick another tier 1. But while I was looking over at what I just got Umbreon, a good Wish Passer. I was looking at some of the Megas that were left, and this Mon jumped out at me, and I'm like, wait, if I can Wish Pass to this thing, they can be a great defensive wall. It can be a great offensive wall breaker. It can be a great bulky water type, and it has Rapid Spin, and it fills my Mega slot. Only one Mon left that could actually fill that role, and that is Mega Blastoise. I don't remember what I named my Mega Blastoise. What did I name my Mega Blastoise? Oh, Water Bowser. Shout out to, whatever. Mega Launcher is a great ability that allows Mega Blastoise to have stab on Aura Sphere, Dragon Pulse, and Dark Pulse, making him a phenomenal wall breaker with a nice 135 special attack. It has great bulk in 79, 120, 115, and a decent spirit speed at 78. And that attack stat is nothing to laugh at. Aqua Jet can come through. Gives me hazard removal. It gives me coverage because he has stuff like Ice Beam, like I said, the 3 pulse moves. He gets Focus Blast, he gets Flash Cannon, which you don't need Focus Blast. He gets Hydro Pump, which is a great spammable move. You get all kinds of stuff when you get Mega Blastoise, except for Reliable Recovery, which is what usually pulls me away from it. But with a great great Wish Passer and Umbreon, I thought nothing better could work than Mega Blastoise. I know this further does not help my Volt switching, but with Mega Blastoise, it's fine. Mega Blastoise can take those electric type moves for the most part and fire back a big Mirror Coat or counter, both of which it gets. there's not really much to say about Mega Blastoise, just because you usually see offensive with stuff like Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, etc., or you see defensive with stuff like Roar, Rapid Spin, Refresh, Rest, Scald, etc. But I don't know how well Mega Blastoise is gonna work. It does give me my extra points, that lower tier Mega. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but I'm looking forward to it. Just being able to see what it can do. I've had very good success with bulky waters in the types such as Manaphy, Vaporeon, Alomomola, and Milotic. So Mega Blastoise will certainly will most likely put in a lot of work. Alright, so right now for hazards, I'm looking at, for Stealth Rock specifically, I'm looking at Skarmory and Mamoswine, and I don't like that. For 4 picks left, I want another hazard. I want more hazard removal, because I'm not, like, one thing I loved about the PML Season 3 team is that people didn't hazard stack me a lot, because I have stuff like Mega Sableye, I have stuff like Skarmory, or Mega Sableye and Starmie, and I was just able to avoid all of that annoying hazard stacking bulk plot. So I wanted more hazard removal, and I wanted more hazard setters. I wanted to not have to rely on Skarmory or Mamoswine as my Stealth Rock setter every single week. I wanted bulk. I wanted a fast defensive Pokemon. I wanted a Mon that could be very fast and a very offensive Mon. And since I had the Water Grass, I might as well grab a Fire type. That's what I'm looking at for my the rest of my team. And I also wanted another Ground type, just because, again, I've been very weak to Volt Turn in the past. So that's what I'm looking at for my last 4 picks. So the next month, when we came back, I needed to steal some lower tier picks, and I was looking at some of the tier 5s, and I saw this Mon and thought, we gotta grab that. Wait. What did I name this? I already have a name for it, right? What did I name you? Oh, I remember. Gallacher. Alright, so Gallacher here. Another thick fat Mon. Miltank has 3 great abilities: being able to resist ice and fire, be immune to grass with Sap Sipper, or be able to hit everything with Body Slam thanks to Scrappy. A very good Mon. Can set up Curses, can set up Stealth Rocks, has Thunder Wave and Toxic, has reliable recovery and Milk Drink, and is a very good bulky Mon with a okay defensive typing in normal. No, it can't take fighting types all that well, but it doesn't really need to. I have stuff for fighting types like Mega Latios, or for like regular Latios and Tangrowth and another Mon you'll see later. But Miltank has amazing coverage due to the fact that it's a norm type. It has great support moves like Toxic and Thunder Wave. It can run Protect. It can run Counter. I have another Counter Mon. It can run Sub Punch. I have seen that somewhere. I don't remember where I've seen that, but I have seen Sub Punch before. It can run Curse, like I said, and be a very good setup Mon. It can run physically defensive. It can run specially defensive, whatever you need. And like I said, with those 2 abilities, Thick Fat and Sap Sipper can actually have more resistances than it would let on. It it doesn't do much towards the team, or it does a lot towards the team. It may not be coming to every match, but when it does, I do expect it to put a lot of work. It's a great, reliable Stealth Rock setter, and it does give me some more key resistances, which I'm looking for. I didn't want any major weaknesses. I did look through all the teams and find major weaknesses. We do have one. A major weakness is something is what I say is 4 or more Mons that share a weakness. We do have one common weakness, which you'll see. I'll tell you when I come to the next 4th Mon that has it. But there's a lot of people who are have these big weaknesses, and I didn't want that. So Miltank helps me keep from being weak to all ice types, to fire types, to grass types, which I have. There are a lot of people out there with a lot of grass or ice weaknesses, with a lot of fire weaknesses, and having Miltank keeps me from being one of them. This also, overall, my team is kind of slow. Like, I mean, I know I have Scolipede and stuff like Latios and everything, but my team is rather slow, so having a Thunder Waver is going to be very good. I don't use Miltank all that often, so I don't really have too much to say about it, but I do think it can put it work. So, next mon we have is Hitmonlee. As another rapid spinner, a very offensive and can be fast mon. 87 speed is like okay, but once you get that Unburden off, if you choose to run that, then you are going to be outspeeding the majority of, like, there's very few things that they can do at that point to stop you. I mean, Gallacher can stop you, Priority can stop you, but you also have Mach Punch. You can go Endure Reversal, which would be really good. You can run Life Orb, which is one of my favorite sets. Life Orb, Reckless, High Jump Kick, goodbye, everything. You can run Choice Scarf, you can run Choice Band, and you have all sorts of coverage options. You have Earthquake, you have Fake Out, you have Close Combat and High Jump Kick, you have Mach Punch, you have Bullet Punch, you have Blaze Kick for stuff like a Moongus, Grass Ice, all kinds of stuff. And you also have 3 very good abilities. I know Hitmonlee's a guy, but I always name him Caitlyn. Gives me kind of okay bulk. I know it's weak to most forms of physical priority, but Hitmonlee is just a very good mon that can be a very good rapid spinner, but it can also be a very good straight up wall breaker. There are very few mons that can really take on a reckless high jump kick that are not, that unless they resist it. Like it 2-hit KOs a Suicune. A fully physically defensive Suicune takes 55% from a high jump kick. And you might be thinking I'm making that up, but Hitmonlee, I always have Couch pulled open. Adamant Reckless Life Orb versus a Suicune. Boom. 2-hit KO. Gone. So, Hitmonlee can definitely put in the work. Even if I don't run High Jump Kick Reckless, Burden can be a very terrifying late game sweeper. I have used Hitmonlee in the past. I believe it was PML Season 1. I put in a lot of work with it. I did run the Fake Out set. I ran Choice Scarf a few times. I loved Reckless High Jump Kicks. I think the best time it was showcased, I do believe it's on YouTube, was I know Mira D, the Baker 2B Drills, did upload a match where he had a rain team and I had Hitmonlee, and I used it as a check to stop all the rain sweepers because I could outspeed them all with Unburden off. So that's Hitmonlee. More priority, which is always good. I like having priority on this team. So fast stuff like fast offensive scary threats like Megablast can be handled. Anyway, two spots left. Originally, for the next spot, I wanted a Gallacher, but as I was talking to my friend, I think I was talking to Shay, and he suggested this next mon, and I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, Gallacher does give me a spin blocker, but it didn't matter because it got sniped from me anyway. So I ended up going with Claydol. So that's another hazard remover, and that's going to be my last one. Don't you worry. Dragos, standard. It gives me another ground immunity, which is great because ground type's not going to be able to touch this team. Claydol has a lot of things going against it. It has a lot of weaknesses. It's very weak. It doesn't have the best HP stats, so those great defenses are going to be bleh. But it is a great spinner. It has access to Stealth Rock, so I can set up hazards. Love hazards, and I'm going to be using them so much. It has the ability to run an offensive spin set, like Hitmonlee, except worse, with stuff like Ice Beam, Side Shock, Earth Power. It can go all physically offensive, even though, It has access to Calm Mind, which would be really cool to run. It can run Magicoat. Sorry, I think about Magicoat, and I think about in the PML Season 3, there was a time when I think it was the Marcacti versus the Umbreons. They lead Mega Slowbro versus Mawile, and both predicting Toxic, both go for Magicoat. It was hilarious. One of the funniest times the entire season. But Claydol gives me that nice niche spinner that could come in handy against certain mons. And it is one of the few mons, very few mons that can say this. It resists Edgequake. So, stuff like Landorus, no thank you. Stuff like Rhydon, no thank you. And that's going to be very, very nice. So the last mon. I picked up Claydol because I knew that Callus was going to take it if I didn't. Should have taken the other mon I wanted. The last mon, I decided at this point I wanted a strong, special wall breaker. Another one. And the one I had in mind was Magmortar. But Mr. Jake Sherwin is a whore and stole it from me in the last round. I was so upset. So I was looking around at some other things that I could take, and I was like, yeah, I can go here, I can go there, I can go with this. But I wanted a fire type. I want something that could show that Magmortar ain't shit. I'm really mad that I lost Magmortar, guys. So I wanted a new offensive fire type, and I'm like, ooh, Pyroar. Pyroar. Yeah, no. Normal type isn't that good. Not as strong as Magmortar. And give me another fighting weakness. So it was like, this, and that, and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like looking through all these tiers. I was at work, and I was like, da-da-da. And I saw one. And Jake Sherwin, you may have taken Magmortar from me, but I took your monkey. I can type that. Hold on. Let me type. Okay, that. Simi Seer. Evil. Because, you know, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, whatever. Anyway, Simi Seer can be very cool. Blazing Gluttony, as its abilities, meh. It's a great offensive fire type. It can set up nasty plots and it has decent coverage and stuff like Focus Blast, Grass Knot. It can run mix with stuff like Knockoff and Superpower. And it's very average, but it does beat out the base 100 mons, which is good. It can, like I said, it can set up nasty plots. Plus 2 Life Orb, Fire Blast is a nuke. And with that Gluttony ability, I was thinking about this. You can run stuff like some nasty plot with. Oh shit! What is it? It's not Pitaya Berry. It's not Lychee Berry. Salic Berry. And be plus 1 speed, plus 2 special attack, and then there goes the world. There's not much to say about Simi Seer, because I was just like, meh. But it does give me a very good wall breaker. It can set up Home Claws too. It has low kick. It has all kinds of cool little moves like this. But yeah, there's Simi Seer. Okay, that's the thing. All right, so these are your 11 mons for your New York Metagross PML Season 4. I will be uploading team builders. I will be uploading matches, given that I'm able to, given that I want to. But those are your 12, or your 11. God, I can count. So, major things I was looking at, like I said, there was that one big weakness that I have. But I'm okay with having that weakness, because I don't really think having 4 mons weak to Bug is going to be all that problem. When there are teams out there with multiple ground and ice weaknesses, multiple fire weaknesses, multiple rock weaknesses, multiple fighting weaknesses, all of which I'm going to exploit like hell. This team is highly rated. We're doing power rankings. The way power rankings are going to work is going to be me, Jake, Shay, and Zach all voting, and then we combine our little points and everything. And so far, I'm doing really good. Like, PML 4 power rankings. Right now, I am number 3 on power rankings. So, feeling really good about that. So, that's going to be that. I hope you guys enjoyed my little, draft recap. This is a long draft recap, but you know that's going to happen. You can see some of my old teams. Some PML Season 3 we can run to. This is the Caterpies team. Or the team, I guess, the Caterpies I ran. Which one was this? I can't remember. Let's run through PML Season 3 real quick. Talonflames. That's when I ran Pin Missile, Scolipede. And swept him with Sub, Bulk Up, Braviary, Charcoal, okay, Metal Burst, kind of bit me in the ass a lot. I'm trying to make sure I don't actually reveal my semifinal team. Sharpedo, we went over that. PML 3 for his Reds. Wait, what was that? What did I just delete? I don't know. Alright, anyway, not important. So, PML Season 4. I really, really expect big things. First week, we are taking on the Rhode Island Restaurants and Coach Trot Problem, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are ready. And I hope you guys will root for the New York Megablast. Oh my god. Hold on. Wait. No, can't end this video yet. I hope you guys will be rooting for me. I hope you guys will support the New York Megablast as we take on the PML Season 4. Shoutouts to Shay. This is the same logo that you see on all the videos, on all the thumbnails. Shout out to Shay Column for this amazing logo. And shout out to Custom Ink for the shirt. Hashtag New York Megablast. That is hype. Let's do this. And let's take this crown for us. I'm excited. Let's go, New York.